Hi fans of high quality entertainment. In this video, I have selected 20 CDs from my collection where I think either the band or the solo artist looks cool on the cover. And you might not agree with everything here, but let me know which ones you like the most. They're not ranked or anything. And I just wanted to show a couple of albums with the artist on the cover, and they are not cool. Now this is a great album. The Buckinghams, In One Ear and Gone Tomorrow. I know my buddy Robert's on my turntable recently bought the previous album, Portraits, and he really enjoyed it. And this is the cover for In One Ear and Gone Tomorrow. A nice shot of the band. The only thing is, they're all smiling. It's not cool to have a band smiling, at least for me. They got to look serious. And another one. It's not even called Black Oak, Arkansas now, but it kind of is. But it's called Jim Dandy. I guess it's his solo album. And it's a very not cool album cover. Very heavy metal. So here we go. And yeah, I didn't want to rank them this time because I just, some things you don't need to rank as long as they're cool. So let's start with, and I think this band had more than one cool band shot on the cover, but I think this is my favorite. The Doors, Waiting for the Sun. They all look cool, and look. They're not smiling. Okay, this is it looks like the one band member is almost smiling, but it's still a cool album cover. It only features two of the members, and then the other two members are on the back. And this is Humble Pie, Town and Country. And there's Peter Frampton. It looks like he's smiling a little bit, but I'll let it go this time. And then on the back is the other two band members. Tiny bit of a smile on these, but I'm okay with it. This is the debut album by Pretenders. Great band shot. Chrissie Hynde isn't smiling. This is kind of a drawing of them. But still, the band looks cool on the cover. Procol Harum, Broken Barricades. A very famous album cover. Queen 2. If you didn't know the band, back in the day, in the 70s, you go to the record store and look at albums, and seriously, sometimes an album cover would make you want to buy the album. So if I saw this back in the 70s and I didn't know the band, I would consider buying it because they looked cool. Another cool looking band shot, Steppenwolf 7. Great 60s, 70s and onwards band. And none of them are smiling. It is the Kinks, are the Village Green Preservation Society. David Bowie always looks classy and cool, and I've chosen this one. A Reality Tour. Yeah, when this album came out, the album cover, I would be, I didn't really know the band that much, the band, but I was thinking, is this band like from the 30s or something? Because that's the way they presented themselves. It's the band. And they were all looking pretty cool. My favorite blues band. And they are with John Lee Hooker. And of course, it was just during the recording, I guess, or after the recording, Alan Wilson sadly passed away. So this is Canned Heat and John Lee Hooker, Hooker and Heat. And you see the band there. There's Alan Wilson as a tribute to him. And you can kind of see the band is not, they're probably a little sad, right? There's Bob Haidt, and the other members, and John Lee Hooker. So a very cool album cover and a nice tribute to Alan Wilson. This band, I'm actually, well, I'll let you know after, but I've always loved this album cover of the band because they look cool. They're not smiling, they're not laughing. They're looking dead serious because they're a rock band. Blue Oyster Cult, Spectres, and sometime probably in March, there's Joe Bouchard, the bassist. He was the bassist for Blue Oyster Cult for many, many years. I am going to be interviewing him. We're just he's busy right now, but he asked me to message him again in early March. So we're going to set up an interview. One of my all-time favorite American bands. Yeah, the back cover looks pretty cool too, with the, and the lasers and everything, just the whole look of the cover. What's that? I look cool? Oh, thank you. Now this band looks cool because they're rocking out. Grand Funk Live album. Mark, Don, and Mael. Definitely one of the coolest looking bands in the 60s. The Jimi Hendrix Experience. Are You Experienced? Even the back cover is cool. This band is far out, man, and groovy. Yeah, I've always really liked this album cover. Once again, they look cool. Crosby, Stills, and Nash. They're not smiling. As long, for any bands out there, if you're going to have your band on the album cover, take the picture, don't smile. You got a cool album cover. Another band not smiling is Creedence Clearwater Revival, Green River. I really like Pendulum too. Another very cool, this is like a twofer, so it's not the full album cover, but this is the Eric Burdon Band, Sun Secrets. Great album and great shot of the band. This album is another twofer, and I just got it a couple of days ago, and I've only listened to one of the two albums. And this is the cover for the Guess Who number 10. And they look cool. Look at Burton Cummings with his long hair and no mustache. I'll save the coolest for last. Definitely when I saw it, I was probably going to buy the album anyway. But seeing them on the cover and seeing how cool that they looked, it's like, yeah, Ramones. Two more to go. How about The Clash? They're cool. And I love this album cover, and I love this album, Sandinista. There they are. Looking pretty cool. Now, you might disagree with me, but I think for a band shot, well, there are, of course there's other ones, even by this band. But I think this is my favorite of the Beatles. The Stretched Out Rubber Soul. John's smirking a tiny bit, but other than that, they look pretty serious. And that is it. Wasn't that fun? Just say yes. And that is it. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like the video, leave a comment below. Make sure you check out my other channel, Larry Graves Canadian Studmuffin. I post to that one more because that one's monetized. This one isn't, but I should be able to monetize it again in the middle of March. So, thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.